Yeah, good morning everybody. Welcome back to the channel. And I just thought this morning I would introduce something that's a little bit different for our channel. What we have is a video that was taken at the Arva research station, which is Syngenta's research station north of London. And because of the pandemic, I'm not allowed to go there. So fortunately, Matt Hoyer has recorded a little bit of a video, and I just wanted to thank Matt at this time for taking the time to do that for us. And with his permission, I'm going to download that, or Cameron's going to put it onto our YouTube channel. And I'm standing here today in a field of 18 R6s. We started combining these last night. Today is Wednesday morning, September the 22nd or something, I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to show you this field is clean. It is possible to keep non-GMO beans clean. Jared has our chemical program tuned right in. I'm a little bit messy here this morning. I just finished servicing the combine, and we're going to get out of here in a few minutes.
It's Friday, September 4th. I'm Matthew Hoyer, Product Placement Scientist with Syngenta, and just wanted to provide you with an overall virtual tour of some of our new varieties for the food grade market. So I'm standing out here at the Arva Research Station, which is just north of London, Ontario. And so this station has been here since the late 1980s and has been focusing on this food grade market. So very good germplasm base, and so this farm has about 100 acres, and where we test those food grade varieties is all across eastern Canada, so Ontario into Quebec. But I kind of wanted to provide you with some agronomic attributes as well as those food grade quality characteristics. So we'll get started. We launched 5 new varieties in the last 2 years. And so that's pretty big for the food grade market, because these varieties do last a long time. They have a good end user slash exporter following, and so we're dedicated to not transitioning our varieties too fast. So as part of that, we want to do a good introduction of those varieties and maintain those for a number of years to come, so that our exporters have that type of consistency. So here we go. Okay, so starting off with SO4K9. So this is a 0.4 relative maturity. And one of the cool features of this product is that it has cyst resistance. And so really important, not just from an Eastern Canada perspective, but also in the US Midwest, as we start to see those cyst pressures build, and it's really starting to become table stakes in early group maturity 0. And so some of the key features of this product, so you think about from an agronomic standpoint, early in season, this has excellent emergence and vigor. So we've had in a bunch of commercial plots this year, and really noticing that excellent emergence and vigor. So on that tough acre, getting that ability to close the row. So this variety fits across all soil types and all row widths. It's that in-between variety for branching. So it's not a big robust plant type, but it will fill in this 30-inch rows, and also does a good job into those more narrow rows as well too. So additionally, when we look at the Phytophthora package of this product, so it's got some really good field tolerance, excellent industry leading, and it also has the RPS1C gene as well too. In addition, what we're seeing with SO4K9 is, there is some sudden death syndrome. So initial indications show that this product is good on sudden death syndrome. So that's limited data. And finally, as we transition over to the food grade quality of this variety, so comparing against the industry here in Ontario, against competitors, this has one of the highest for protein. It's also a larger seeded, and it's a yellow or clear white hilum. So really nice color to it, and the end users have been excited thus far taking a look at this variety for its food grade characteristics. All right, so S12J7 is a 1.2 maturity variety. Again, here you can see it has cyst tolerance. And so this variety has been on the market for this will be its second year, so with some good volume here in Eastern Canada. But this variety really excited because I expect it to be around for a long time because it's very solid for its agronomic package and adaptability across acres. So it really goes across all soil types and all row widths. And early in season, what you'll note about it is that excellent emergence and very good vigor. So really nice overall product. The standability, so we've seen it in some very highly productive environments and standing well. So if you are in that highly productive environment, it's going to do a good job there too as well. So talking about the phytophthora package, so really excited because it is an RPS 3A gene stack with 1C, and that's really important because RPS 3A in the US Midwest is providing protection against those key races out there as well too, and even in those ponding soils provided that additional benefit as well too. And then finally, with the phytophthora field tolerance, it was one of the top lines for phytophthora field tolerance, so industry leading phytophthora field tolerance. So now moving to white mold, it's more average. Commercial production fields and strip trials over the last year haven't really seen any white mold move into this product, so probably would be good to put on an fungicide application, but being average, it does have some tolerance to white mold. And then finally, sudden death syndrome. So really seen a lot of sudden death syndrome in this maturity over the last 5 years, and this has just excellent sudden death syndrome. So with those three agronomics or disease package, it's going to be around for a good number of years. Now talking about the food grade characteristics, so this variety from a protein perspective is in our very high category for protein, so approaching that 43 to 45% protein on a dry moisture basis. And additionally, it's white / yellow clear hilum and some really good color to it. So it's got great food grade characteristics as well, and again, that disease and agronomic package is second to none. Okay, so S20M1, so this is relative maturity 2.0 that we launched 2 years ago. It also contains cyst, which is very important as well. So because we've had it in the field for 2 years, seen it in commercial production as well as in a bunch of commercial field trial strips, and looks great. So good overall performance, so very good broad adaptation, so it goes across all soil types. Now when switching over to agronomics, looking first at standability. So standability is average, so if you're in a mid to lower yield environments, looking great. You get into that highly productive environment, and it'll start to lean, so we need to look to manage that as well too. Now talking about that cyst package, so this is one of the best ones for cyst when we ran through a greenhouse screen rated in R3, R14, so don't see that too often. And then additionally, for those IDC acres or iron deficiency chlorosis acres, something we don't talk about in Eastern Canada, but something that's known to you guys in the Midwest is highly important. So this has a very all good rating for IDC as well too. And then moving to sudden death syndrome tolerance, so it is average for sudden death syndrome tolerance. Additionally, it has a good cyst package to help it out, but I would recommend, if you have the ability, to treat with Saltro just to maximize that yield potential. And then finally, that emergence, wow, second to none, just action emergence out of the ground, one of the first to emerge, and very good overall vigor. So as we get on that tough acre, just good establishment of stand. Okay, so then moving over to food grade, we characterize this variety as very high protein. So that's 43 to 45% protein. It's more towards the 43% protein that we're seeing with this variety on average as we go from year to year. It is a yellow, clear hilum, and just good overall appearance to the seed. And then finally, it's a sucrose, so it does have higher sucrose as well too, which can also be important to those end users and exporters. So at the end of the day, broadly adapted, excellent yield to it. So, you know, when you're comparing against traded varieties, it's right there matching up against traded varieties for yield. Okay, so S21C6 is a relative maturity 2.1 variety. And again, here you can see that it has cyst tolerance. So that's been table stakes for a number of years in this maturity to have that cyst tolerance. And so if we look at agronomics of this variety, so it fits across all soil types, and even I've noticed in the data that it excels in that clay-based soil type. So it is a larger plant type, and so it's going to fill in those 30-inch rows nicely, but fits across all row widths. So additionally, when we look at standability, mid to lower yield environments gonna look great. In that highly productive soil, it is average for standability. So again, here we don't want to push the populations, so manage to that acre. And then again, I mentioned it has cyst tolerance. The SDS is average, so we're going to want to manage that sudden death syndrome tolerance and potentially put Saltro on this variety. Now, switching over to the food grade qualities, this is really where this variety differentiates. And so in this maturity, I mean, this variety, the closest competitor in Eastern Canada was a good 2% away, lower than 21C6. So we call this an ultra high protein. So from a year to year average, it's over that 45% protein on a dry moisture basis. So the other thing that it has going for it is that larger seed size. So it does have a very large seed size to it, which is good for that end user and exporter. And it's got a clear hilum, yellow hilum as well too. So good color as well. So from a food grade perspective, just again here, second to none. And with that protein, you know, that ultra high protein, that's really industry leading there as well too. So excited to introduce this variety to the market for 2021. Okay, last but not least is S25P2. So this is a relative maturity 2.5 variety, and again here, this variety also has cyst as well too. So agronomically, we've tested this one for a number of years. We had 3 years of data before launching this variety, so a robust data set. And from an agronomic standpoint, it moves across all acres, so performance across all soil types and environments. And it is a larger plant type, so a lot of good branching to this variety. So it's going to fill the rows, those 30-inch rows, but additionally it also goes in those narrow to mid row widths as well too. So what I really like about this variety is that standability. So even as we push this 2.5 into a late group 1 maturity, it's still standing as we're pushing this variety north. So I've seen it stand across all acres, so really nothing to manage there. And then as we look at the phytophthora package, it doesn't have a gene, but it has excellent field tolerance. So it was one of the top lines for field tolerance. And then finally is sudden death syndrome, where it really stands out here. So again, having cysts, that's helping with that sudden death syndrome tolerance, but it's got industry leading sudden death syndrome tolerance. So very solid agronomic package to this bean. And the other unique feature is it's tawny in field. So tawny is kind of my favorite color. So as you look across the field, it's just, as you get into fall here, it's just got that beautiful kind of glowing appearance. And then when we look at the food grade characteristics, so this is an imperfect yellow hilum, and it is for seed size, it's that medium seed size. So it's in that 2200 to 2700 seeds per pound range. And really where it stands out from a food grade perspective is that sucrose. So it's one of the highest for sucrose, but additionally it is still categorized as a high protein. So right around that 40 to 43% on a dry moisture basis. I believe the average was around that 42% last year for dry moisture basis protein. So overall, exceptional agronomic package and very good food grade characteristics. And finally, last but not least, this variety, so we did test it in the Midwest a number of years ago, and it has very good iron deficiency chlorosis. So that's another real benefit to this product.
Okay, Matt, thanks a lot for doing the video, and thanks for watching that. And if you're interested in growing IP beans, at Jackson Seeds we pay anywhere from $3 to $3.50 premium, depending on when they come and which variety. Anyway, talk to Tracy, she can fill you in on that. And do the math, eh? Beans right now are 13 bucks. With a $3 premium, that makes $16. I don't know. And you can see how clean they can be clean. But anyway, thanks for watching our video.